everyone. So tonight I'm going to show you how to make Ambrosia pretzel salad, and I'll probably not get it finished on this video, so I can put a picture up later. But this is what it's going to look like. I'll show you in the book. And what we're going to use for this is the new 8x8 square baking pan. Now it's got this lovely blue color to it, and it's got the nice little cover. For the baking pans, the pans actually fit inside of the lid. So if you take these to potlucks or whatever, you can keep everything right together where it won't get lost. This is good for smaller cakes. It's good for a small pan of brownies. You can do cornbread in it. It's got the nice, lovely non-stick finish. Let's see, I pulled up on my notes here. It's item number 100688. Has a 3-year guarantee. This is about 2 inches deep. It's a 2-quart capacity. And it does have the built-in handles here for easy removal. And it's made from carbon steel construction for uniform heating with Pampered Chef's exclusive non-stick coating. It's oven safe to 450 degrees, but it is hand wash only. This is not a dishwasher safe product. Hand wash only. Okay, so we're going to get to our recipe. I just wanted to go ahead and tell you all that first. So what I have done here is I have just pulped some pretzels. This is about 3 cups of crushed pretzels. And we are going to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar. This is our little stainless steel measuring scoop. I love this thing. I use it all the time. Runs about $10. I don't have the number for that pulled up right offhand, but it has little markings on the side that measures a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and then if you take it all the way flush to the top, that's 3 tablespoons. So I'm going to put that in there. Now I'm going to pulse that. That was a whole stick of melted butter. Now I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. I'm just going to use my mix and scrape and get this out. We're going to pat this down in our pan. It says you can use your hand or use the back of a cup. I'm probably just going to use my mix and scrape. And there's my oven. It's preheated. So what we're going to do is just pat this down and put it in the oven to bake for 10 minutes. I love a pretzel crust on a dessert. I think it smells so good. And I like the sweet salty combination. Because sometimes you just can't choose between whether you want just sweet or salty, and this way you get to have both. Alrighty. Here we go for 10 minutes. And I am going to set the timer because while I'm doing something else, I may forget. So we don't want to do that. So also here, what I've been doing is draining some maraschino cherries and some mandarin oranges. This is 1/4 cup of each, and it calls for cutting each of those in half, and you're going to dot those over the top. But right now we're going to get to our filling, which is 1 8-ounce cream cheese. And this is not our new Pampered Chef stand mixer, because I just talked my husband into getting me this for our anniversary in December, because my mixer went out on me last year at Christmas. And do you know how hard it is at Christmas time to go without a mixer? It's very difficult. With cookie baking, cake making, and everything else. So, I probably am going to go ahead and get the Pampered Chef stand mixer. That's next on my agenda, because that way I won't have to worry about going without a mixer. Surely between the two, neither one of them will go out at the same time. So, we are going to put our cream cheese in. Go ahead and start whipping that as soon as I pull this up. I can go ahead and tell you some of the differences though between the KitchenAid and the Pampered Chef. I've read up on them enough to know. Of course, your KitchenAid has your little thing here for attachments. I don't think Pampered Chef one has that, but that's okay because it has other things that this one does not have. So it has presets on the side. You can punch in if you are going to whip, like for whipping cream. You can punch in if you are mixing something. Let's see, what else would you, I think you can shred chicken, cooked chicken in your bowl. You can put that in. It automatically tells you which one of these attachments you want to use, and it tells you how much time, well, it goes ahead and times it. It also, instead of on the back side having your numbers where you start from low and go up to high, you just turn it on. It goes from low to high. It automatically eases it up for you, and it stops in just the amount of time you need. Now, the other good thing about the Pampered Chef mixer is it has even weight distribution. So if you have a KitchenAid, then you know these little boogers are heavy. They are. I mean, but the Pampered Chef one is not supposed to be as top heavy. It's supposed to be even weight all the way around. That in itself is a plus for me. Anyway, so let's get on with this here. I'm going to start creaming my cream cheese. While that is working, we're going to use a 20-ounce crushed pineapple. And this is our smooth edge can opener. If you've not seen it, you just fix it onto the side there. I think it's a, you're going to turn it counterclockwise. That don't feel right. There we go. That's got a better grip to it. Sometimes you have to play with it to get it fitted in there just right. We're going to turn it counterclockwise till it goes all the way around. And when it gives, you just heard that little click. That means it's done. You're going to turn it to the reverse and it loosens up. And then it's got this little beak thing on the side and your button here. You're going to fit that right there and then lift this up. And that's all there is to it. So then, it's called smooth edge because there's a smooth edge here. It's not sharp. It's not going to cut you. Easy peasy. So we are going to add a half a cup of sugar. And our can of crushed pineapple. The other thing about the Pampered Chef stand mixer is you can get a pouring shield that you can pour this in where you don't have to worry about it coming back at you. I know you just saw me put it in small intervals. It's because I don't want to get splattered with pineapple. And I've had that cream cheese sitting out about 2 hours, so it should be soft enough, but it still wants to be a little lumpy. That's good. And we're going to take an 8-ounce whipped topping that is thawed. that in. And that's really all there is to it, guys. I am going to just take this off. My crust still has 3 minutes of baking time. So I'm just gonna sort of tell you how we're gonna do this here. The crust is gonna come out. I'm gonna let that cool. And once it's cooled down, I'm gonna pour this filling. I can go ahead and lift that off of here just to show you what that looks like. I'm going to put this filling on top of the crust, and then I am going to sprinkle a half a cup of sweetened coconut flakes right here across the top of it to give it that nice fluffy coconut. And I am going to take my knife and just chop these in half like it says, and we're going to dot that across the top. I'm going to put the lid on, put it in the refrigerator. It says for about 3 hours. Now, you could double this recipe and put this in a 9x13 pan. Pampered Chef makes a nice 9x13 pan made out of the same materials, same lid and everything. And you chill that for 4 hours instead of 3. So, if you had larger gatherings, that's what you would do for that. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.